Who are the Natchez? Most people start our history off with the Natchez Rebellion. Look at those Indians. But the Natchez was the original mound building snake culture. We built things like the Winterville and Emerald Mounds. The Winterville Mounds resembles Uxmal in the Yucatan Peninsula. The Natchez social order and sun worship and temple system reminded the French of ancient Egypt. We were described as so-called Black Indians by the Spaniards and the Moon-Eyed Negroes. We were described as the Moon-Eyed Negroes, the Black Indians met by the Soto with the frizzy hair. They often referenced us as Indians then, now, right? We are the King of Kings. When the Soto found our village, he described them as the Nazcaos. Nazca, like the civilization in Peru. Nox in most indigenous language means elevated, noble, ascendant, or above. Noble lineage, because our tribe was believed to be descendant from the sun. You can find the Notch people even up in Ohio, where we built sun gates that told the time. We built things like the Serpent Mound, which can be found in Nazca, right? And that's why they say Mayan-looking artifacts can be found in the Ohio mounds, because we descend from, because of our distinct language and culture. People often said we descended from the Aztec, but in reality we descended from the Chontal Maya and the Putin Maya, who navigated the Gulf of Mexico since antiquity, right? And so we understand that these were ocean-faring, mound-building people. We were living on top of the mounds with up to 10 houses being on top of the mound. And our houses were arranged in the shape of the solar system. We navigated the ocean since antiquity, up and down the Mississippi River, through the Gulf of Mexico, and even as far as Peru. We are the Naga, the Natch people. Here's some examples of the boats that we used. Like, you see this houseboat, and you see people going across the river. This would be an example of how one of our houses would look with the gates, and this is how one of our villages would look. We also believed in cosmologies like the hero twins, which can be found in the Mayan culture as well. These are the Mississippian hero twins. We can also see that we associated with the moon calendar heavy, and they talked about the Natchez having a society so complex that the Europeans didn't even understand. And that's where we get the word Yucatan. You don't understand. First Kings and First Corinthians show that the Phoenician Jewish fleet of the Mediterranean sailed west on their 3-year voyage, as Solomon would certainly have known. They had buried the wealth in the first temple. The Natchez of Louisiana was plainly a colony that left those rovers of the seas, and features the Natchez language and religion ceremony plainly indicated by their Jewish origin. And those ancient trailers visited Palenque, Copan, and Uxmal, and their cargoes unmistakable. Here are a picture of the serpent ships found in the mounds with the same symbology. Even talk about the Mayans visiting Rome. Wasn't Rome built on a hill? And this is the noble serpent lineage, the Knots. The Hebrew name Nakash means snake. That's why we find the snake, the Natchez symbology everywhere. We are the original mound. The Natch people were attacked in 1729 by the French and the Choctaw, resulting in the dispersal. Some people ran to the swamp. Some people were sent to the island of Haiti. Some people were sent to Santo Domingo. Some people fled to South Carolina. People fled with the Chickasaw, like my ancestors. And shortly after the arrival of the Natchez people, the serpent people, we get the Indigenous Army of Haiti forming, the Army of United Indigenous American Nations, not Africans. They called themselves the Army of the Inca.